Bruh, I need to get this done. Hey. Already? No. Big boy grind. Yeah, well. Attacken is grass, huh? Just did what not. Blue to spot. Number one. Bomb man marker. A couple goes out. Hard delayed history. Be right back. Sure.
Yeah, you remember this character I SpongeBob? Hold on, one second.
Subscribe.
It's a new day!
Transitions, right under control.
Hey man, if you guys need some badges grinded on your My Player in 2K18, started off as like a decent dribbler, and as he really practiced and got really good at the game. I made a video with him earlier in 2K19 playing. Video hit around 4,000 to 5,000 likes, then I would do a video playing against him. I know all you guys want to see that, so today we got it. All right, I'm telling you guys right now, like I'm really confident about myself, but this kid is like on another level. I'm not saying he's on Steve's level. Alright. I don't think this game is open anymore, so I'm probably gonna get I'm probably gonna get smoked like for real, like bad. But yeah, we're gonna go to the park 1v1 and we're gonna see how it goes. If you guys can do me a favor and drop a like right now, let's try to get this video to at least 4,000 likes, so do it for the Asian women, okay? Just drop a like. It takes 1 second. Thank you. But okay, we're good though, Chief. Alright. Well, I'm gonna have to report that in. You just got cooked, sir. Bro, what is this? What is too much dribbling. Yeah, that's too much dribbling.
That's too much dribbling. I so bold in the chat.
You know what I'm saying? All we do. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Almost messed up right there. Alright, we're Gucci. We're Gucci. No viral. No. No, no, no. No, no. Oh, I need my play sharp ASAP. This kid's cooking me.
But play sharp's godlike, dude.
Or son. Oh, chill. No, no,
Oh, he's
no,
on it.
no.
He's on it. He's on it.
You got your
Oh, I thought nigga with OP move.
Get over here. No way. He made that.
Yeah, dude, OP behind the back move.
Bro, I can't let this happen, man.
Strap up ISO with the ball.
Not. No, 2K. It's contested.
It's in there.
Are you a slasher? This kid's exposing me, bro.
To my build, you know what I'm saying?
Cool, you're selling a record.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You're getting Tom Brady over here.
I'm out of energy. Oh,
Yes.
Oh, dude, I'm out of energy.
Yes. 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 Pick the ball up. Yes.
This
Let's
was not
go.
it, Chief. It's big greens, actually.
Bro. No. What? Oh my God. This game.
There we go. I'm out of energy. I got a score. No.
Oh my gosh, bro. This is crazy.
Yo, this is funny.
No way.
Energy. I'm out of
Oh,
energy.
no, I didn't. No. Yo, let me get that back, bro. I didn't mean to go with that, bro. Isolation Bull's activated. Lockdown Bull's gone. That didn't really help,
If I
but...
told you lockdown viral in the flesh.
All you gotta do is flip the switch. Come on, don't Tom Brady me. Go.
Okay.
It's lockdown viral. It's lockdown viral right now.
Oh, this kid's clear.
Just that red blue mix.
Come on, now we step up. Now what you doing, bro? Yes!
Okay.
Why do I only get a fresh shot clock and hit the rim? Makes no sense. Look at this, bro. Let's go, baby.
I'll get you the next.
Oh my god! Alright, listen, next game, Viral, you're not scoring 1 point on me, alright?
Come on, bro.
Might have the ugliest my player alive. Look at him.
Bro.
Is he blonde or bald? I can't tell.
I'm getting sold, bro. My record's down.
Yo, this is wild! What's going on right now? No, none of that, Viral. Nobody.
Nah, that's not it.
That's contested.
That's not it.
Let's go.
Oh, you got that? Over man. Oh, no. That's not it. Oh.
Purple nurple layup, baby. Let's get it. Hey, don't throw it off my chest like that. Going, Viral.
Not it. She
Oh my god.
You gotta take that out too.
Horse! Let's go! 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Bro, what is that? Chill! 2, 1.
Accurate.
No, 2K, no. God, how do you keep getting your own board?
Don't fuck me.
Chill.
Oh, my
Oh, man. I'm not getting exposed like that anymore, bro. It's not happening. I'm sorry, Viral. Alright, Viral, listen, man.
Oh man, what's good, my brother?
It's not happening again, okay? I just want to go ahead and let you know that. It's not happening again, alright?
Not happening.
No.
Look at the extra L I got.
Look at my booty, bro. Let's get it. Oh my gosh, already, bro.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
This is why I need my credit card back, so I can do this type of stuff. Let's go. All the way, baby. Let's get it. Come on, boys. It's over with. No Viral. No Viral. Oh, this kid is on another level, bro. No. Okay. I got the game, man. I got to figure it out. Okay, we're good. Bro, why am I out of stamina already, bro?
Pretty good.
That's annoying. Oh, no, it is. Get in there, green. Let's get it. Let's get it, boy. That's green, baby. Come on, that's open. That's open. Let's go. It's not green. This kid, what are you doing? Oh my god.
I'm fast.
Bro.
That should've been a virus.
The Cowboys have their horses.
I'm a slasher, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here making these contested layups all game long, baby. Come on, baby.
Get over here!
Let's go. Come on, lockdown bowl, baby. That's all. What? What? My ball sack, bro. No.
gonna need an explanation for this. Hello? What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dennis, man. Thank y'all for stopping by. Hopefully y'all enjoy your time. If y'all see the camera quality, let me know if it's a W or L. Happy Halloween, bro. I don't even know if y'all still, like, dress up for do Halloween. I wanted to be a brown shirt and gray pants, bro, but, like, I can't find any gray pants, so yeah. But anyway, bro, I have a super cool idea. First things first, big shout out to all these guys who did it, alright? We're about to do a 1 versus 3 stage matchup. And as you guys can see, the people we're hooping with, this is about to be good, alright? Alright, so we got a 2K League professional player, winner stay on. This dude is super cool, he's super nice. And personally, bro, I'm gonna be rooting for him, alright? Dude is super lit, yo. And we have 2 mascots, alright? My boy Zay and my boy Wildman Chris. I mean, a 2K Pro, obviously he's nice to the game. And of course, 2 mascots, you already know they put in work, so they're nice to this game as well, yo. Today, I'm gonna be seeing if all 3 of them can guard me at the same time, alright? So it's gonna be a 1 versus 3. When I have the ball, they're gonna triple team me to see if I can score. I'm not gonna pass. I'm not gonna pass.
For what?
Hey,
You selling me, G? Oh my God, he tried to make somebody fall. Get over here, Davis. Oh, Davis got so lucky.
Bro, is that
Oh,
all
they about
around
to
the
triple
world,
team
bro?
me. Come on, they about to triple team you.
You got it.
Boy, oh,
You got it.
got him.
Go for it.
Bye.
Oh, you might have got it.
Get off me. Mama, get off me.
Somebody got him. We might have got him. Oh, we in there.
I'm gonna let Craig work. Oh, look at what's his name working. Oh, that flipping and everything. He's tripping. Oh, he went up on all 3 of them. I'm
GG,
dead.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. I think winners might be your best bet, bro. He got that pure playmaker, man. I'm going for the Zach back.
Whoever
Got him.
get the ball next year, I'm
Fade away
gonna
corner.
have boost.
Oh my God.
Go for it.
I'm gonna have $1 boost right there, yeah.
GG. Yo, you fell asleep, Tosh?
Got him.
Oh my God. Alright, I see you. Good bucket.
Got him. Let me hold Davis. Davis got the ball. Hold on. Wait. Oh, that boy took off. Oh, Davis.
No way.
Davis, get out of here.
That would have been nasty.
Oh my goodness. Davis tried to get crazy on me just now.
This is crazy.
Alright, let's see what we can do here.
Oh, I'm supposed to be coming over there for that triple. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Davis. Oh yeah, you about to lose that. Cough that up. He's doing flips.
Green.
Davis, that up. You ain't going like that.
Yo, imagine that job, bro. That would have been like...
Winner, work out, winner. Worker.
Oh my goodness.
Worker.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Keep going. No way. What? Oh my God. I thought he finished that. Oh, you got it. Oh, y'all got 5
seconds. 5 seconds.
Oh, GG. That's 4. No, it is 5. Oh! 2K, really?
Cook up, winner.
Okay.
I'm dead.
Bro, that is... Oh, yeah, I'm taking advantage of it.
Pure playmaker is old.
DD's in the chat.
So I saw this video where this Madden YouTuber found a coach on Fiverr and pretended he was like sort of a beginner and then just clapped this guy. And even though the video wasn't really that good, it made me really want to try the same thing. But I didn't really think I could find Rocket League coaches on Fiverr. But there actually are. So I found this guy, messaged him, pretended like I just got the game, and well, it didn't quite go as I expected. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this. Alright. I've heard about this game for a while, but I finally got around to getting it.
It's pretty fun once you get used to it. The beginning is kind of hard.
Yeah, I've noticed. It's really hard to do anything. Thought it'd be a good idea to get some coaching.
Most of the people just like kind of dismiss the rookies. Like I feel bad for them because there's no one to teach them, and they have to figure it out the hard way.
What are those wheels called that you have?
Cristianos,
Nice. Those are pretty cool.
like the soccer player.
Oh, right. Yeah, those are nice. I like how they're just like really clean. Yeah, it's cool. I don't really have anything.
You unlock them just by playing. Like you don't have to buy anything, which is a plus.
Nice. I bet some people spend like a ton of money in this game.
Oh yeah.
So I'm in free training. Is that, or free play or whatever? Is that a good way to get better? Like I'm trying to like just focus on hitting the ball, basically.
Yeah, that's a very good way of getting better, and it helps warm you up for matches. So a big like rookie mistake is that they go where the ball is, not where the ball is going to be, so they miss the ball a lot.
Gotcha.
What I usually do, like, I'm a very passive aggressive player.
Okay.
So like the other team will start pushing, and I'll be passive, like not passive, but I'll be patient.
Gotcha.
And then once they mess up, I'll like become super aggressive and just attack.
I think that's gonna be my style too. I look at this game and I think it looks pretty casual. Like, are most people, or like a lot of people are really nice. Like, there's no one that's mean in this game, right?
It's a really fun game, and it's fun to have teamwork. But when people are saying, "Hell, what a save!" because you missed one save out of like the 10 you have, it's kind of like.
So are we gonna play against each other, or are you gonna like try to put me in a like? If I match with your rank, then like everyone will be really good, right?
Yeah, they'll probably be very one-sided. I'm diamond in 2s.
But I bet
Most of the pros are.
Is it like pretty close? Like you're diamonds, that's like you're pretty close to grand champion, right? I played for a week, and I'm not ranked yet, but I feel like if I play for like a couple more weeks, I could probably get like platinum, right?
You know, whatever you set your mind to, it's always possible.
So I like how when I hit the ball, the whole camera shakes.
Ooh, okay, so I would probably disable that. So in your options, go to camera, and it's just like an option where it says camera shake. You just want to disable that.
Okay. Have you like coached it all before, or is it just, are you starting out doing that too?
This is actually my first time.
Gotcha. It's probably a good way to like get better yourself too, probably, because you like, I don't know, when you think about the stuff more, like if you're teaching other people, then it probably like helps solidify it for you too.
It really forces you to know what you know. So if
Yeah.
you know what you know, then you can't really teach someone something.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, there's central servers, right?
No.
Are they gonna add those?
They probably should, because most people
It seems like
are
they.
just left or right. There's a lot of people in the middle.
Gotcha. Well, there's lots of crates though.
So on defense, I'd try to like take things slow.
Okay.
Because if you rush something and miss, then they just have a open goal, and that's obviously bad.
Right.
Good 15. So like a good thing to do when you're 15 is try and like flip into the ball center most as you can.
Okay.
And sometimes it's not even good at flipping the ball. It just really depends, which comes with experience.
Gotcha. I love when it rolls into the corner like that. I feel like it comes in front of goal a lot. Oh. How do you blow me up like that?
Afraid. When people are going through Sonic in this game, you can get demoed.
But he didn't even look like he was going that fast.
Yeah, demos are kind of broken, to be honest.
Okay.
A tip for like clearing the ball is usually you want to hit it in your own corner. Because if you hit it forwards, then there's a bigger chance for them just to get repossession of the ball, which would just give them an advantage and let them score.
Gotcha. Dang. Nice.
That's a good shot.
Thanks. Oh, what a score. We should 1v1.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
I mean, I'm not the best ones player, but
I feel confident.
let's go. So, did you see how I was following you, like as you went to the corner to get boost, and how I'm doing right now?
Yeah.
This is shadow.
Okay. So rather than going and like sitting in goal, I just go like this behind you. Okay.
It cuts off any option that I could have had
Gotcha.
to like shoot it at your goal.
Gotcha. Yes.
No, no. Oh my god. up the landing. Oh man. So yeah, that's.
So that's why ones is like tilting, huh?
Oh yes, that is generally why I don't play, because I don't like getting tilted. But it's how you get better. So so cars have different turning radiuses based on their like length and width.
Okay.
And the Octane is like.
Is this? I see a lot of people using this. Is this the? But I actually like. There's this one car that I saw that I thought looked really good, but I wonder why no one used it. It's the Scarab.
Everyone else figured it out before the phone service industry. Getting a...
Oh, the Scarab.
Yeah, like it looks really good actually, but kind of ugly.
I have personally never used that except for once to do a Xbox challenge.
Okay.
Oh boy, I gotta sneeze. Oh, going for the demo.
Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
gotta try one of these on my own since they're broken. Oh god, I still can't aerial though. I have to like wait till the ball hits the ground. Nice. I think I could try. Actually, I could try aerial because I did do the tutorial, but it's hard to like want to like do it in the game. Like I almost don't want to take the risk, even though I did the tutorial. Like I did learn how to do it.
That's a big part of like getting better. Because if you're too afraid to do anything, you're not gonna like put yourself out of your comfort zone. You're not gonna learn anything.
That's true.
Which is what I struggled to do during ranked. Like I was just so afraid to play, and when I finally did, oh my god, what a save!
Yes, I just like use all my boosts for that. Yes.
No.
Oh, what a save!
Oh no! Oh.
How did you? Oh my god! I jumped at the perfect time. And then you almost saved it and bounced right to me.
Most people don't have any patience.
Oh, okay.
Like they'll just rush everything.
Is there a way to turn around faster? Because I have to turn like all the way around.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna tell you. There's a button. You're using default controls.
Right.
Probably haven't changed it, which would be a good idea.
Oh, okay.
But X is drift.
Oh, the drift. Yeah. I knew the drift, but it still seems slow to like turn all the way around. But, like I saw, the times I did see pros, they would flip upside down and then they would like turn. I don't know. I couldn't even describe it.
A hat flip. Yeah.
Lift off.
That's good. And later on you'll get better at that.
Okay. I actually want to try a ranked game. I know it might ruin your rank, but if we just do one game.
2, 3s?
Yeah, let's do 2s.
Because I haven't played in a while.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of random stuff just kept coming up.
Yeah, I get that. Real life.
Yeah. School.
Happens. Oh yeah, are you in college? Or high school?
Senior in high school.
Oh, gotcha. You sounded older. I thought you were like college.
Yeah. I get that a lot. So this is Diamond.
This map is
going to be a lot more faster.
This map is sweet. It's like in space. Do people like this map?
Generally, no. Yeah.
It's so awkward. What do I do when the ball's like right ahead of me like that?
No boost.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Easy. He destroyed them. They had no idea what to do with that. Oh, he scored it for you. That's great. That's some dubstep magic. Mind control.
Oh, yeah. It's actually Octane. It has mind control powers.
Oh. I actually watched a YouTube video and someone said that.
Yeah. I think his name was Somas Khan or something like that.
Have you been messing with me this whole time?
What do you mean?
Wait. Go for it.
That I knew that you were Somas Khan? Because I think you are.
Yeah.
You sound just like him.
I was super fucking trolling me. Because it was going to be either that, like you were going to figure it out, or like, my plan was just to go off this game.
Yeah, that's actually what I thought. I was like,
So like, yeah, what'd you think when I was like, Oh, it's this, or what I asked, I was like, have you heard that car?
I heard it's pretty good. I'm like, oh my god. The first thing I thought of was your 1 month video with the Scarab, and I was like, oh god.
Oh god, he's pushing that goddamn Scarab video. I'm still talking about that. Well, this is so fun. Thank you so much for participating. You made... Ago, I thought it'd be interesting and kind of funny to use a random car other than the 3 most popular cars to see how it'd affect my rank. I've seen other people try this experiment, but usually it would just be, for a couple days at most, or maybe just like a half-assed 30-minute video. But if you really wanted to test out if the so-called worst cars in the game were just as good as popular cars, I hypothesized that you would really need about a month to get used to the car and make sure you got the full experience to compare it with. So I volunteered as tribute, putting my happiness and rank on the line in pursuit of all cars. Who are we kidding? I'm just out of ideas. During this month, my Scarab ideas were spreading like wildfire, as Galaxy did a Scarab as OP video, and Squishy started using the Scarab as well. Did I get credit for spreading the Scarab infection? No, not a single comment acknowledging my efforts, except this guy. Thanks, guy. Anyway, the experiment sounded like a good idea at the time, but little did I know what kind of experience I was in for. Would my rank tank as I floundered around in this poop beetle-ass looking car, or would I rise up higher than before, proving its value to the game? Buckle up, boys and girls. It's time to find out what happened in my month of Scarab. Let me just summarize for you right now so you don't even have to watch the rest of the video, because I'm not here to tease you guys. I'm here to deliver facts. So the first thing you should know is despite the footage you're about to see, the car is actually not that fun to play with. The footage in this video is mostly the highlights, because obviously I saved those things, and I didn't save as much of my screw-ups. So what I'm trying to say is you're going to see a lot of great plays. But don't be deceived. The Scarab does in fact suck. But at the same time, it's pretty fucking hilarious. In certain areas, it feels ridiculously overpowered, but in other areas, it feels like I was trying to play Demolition Derby in a go-kart. Alright, this isn't actually...
freeze a burned body, but later we see that it's the dude who was picking up garbage at the park. I think they left it ambiguous at first, so you'd think it was poor little Roger. But, oh yeah, spoiler, it's not. Gregory... On this Ending Explained, we'll be looking at the heavily anticipated new entry in the long-running Halloween franchise, picking up 40 years after the first, bringing back Laurie Strode for a not exactly final confrontation with the infamous killer Michael Myers. First of all, I gotta say, of the entire gamut of horror villains out there in the world, Michael Myers is by far the most patient ever. I mean, he waited 15 years before his first rampage, and this time has been waiting 40 years to finally bust loose once more. It's honestly impressive how long this guy can wait. I get pissed if I have to wait in line at Subway for 15 minutes. I'm like, give me my damn foot long. For Michael, this extended period of lying dormant seems seems to have impacted him in a serious way. That desire to kill building up inside of him for decades, as here he's much more brutal than ever before, racking up a higher body count in the first 30 minutes than the entirety of the original movie, especially considering he's 60 years old at this point and still takes out so many people effortlessly. He's definitely got some pent-up aggression from being locked up for so long. Now, in case you don't know how this new one connects to the others in the series, it actively does not, making this incredibly the 5th different series continuity. We all know that the timeline and story is quite convoluted, and if you need a refresher on the entire story, make sure to check out my Halloween series explained video that covers the entire original series. However, with the latest entry, they have decided to erase the entirety of all the sequels, leaving this as a sequel to the original film and ignoring everything else that happened after. So that means the long important revelation of Michael being Laurie's brother is undone. There's no psychically connected niece Jamie, no Kung Fu Master Busta Rhymes, and no Cult of Thorns, which with those last two is probably for the best.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
However, rather than completely ignoring them, the new Halloween instead makes numerous references and pays homages to the originals in many, many ways. In a sense, it acts like the Force Awakens of the series, a kind of remix of familiar elements and tropes thrown in a blender with a more modern horror sensibility in order to appeal to a new generation of moviegoers who may not be familiar with the series. As someone who has seen them all multiple times, it felt more like nostalgia overload than anything else. Rather than doing anything new with them, it simply replays memorable moments with a slight twist. Even what is possibly the highlight of the movie, a one-take sequence of Michael stalking through a neighborhood, is directly lifted from Halloween 2. Even though the brutality of the kills is this time, it's still something we've seen before. And this non-stop nostalgia made the experience ring a bit hollow to me overall. Don't get me wrong, it's still better than all of the sequels by a wide margin. Michael is definitely the scariest he's been in a long time, the kills and gore are the best in the series, and John Carpenter's score is absolute perfection. And overall, I still enjoyed the experience. It was certainly a welcome return for the beloved kitchen knife-wielding maniac. So let's dig into the new Halloween, breaking down the story, looking at the rumored original quite different ending, as well as explaining the theatrical one that leaves things wide open for a sequel. The new story takes place exactly 40 years after the events of the original, where on Halloween night in 1978 in the town of Haddonfield, Illinois, the disturbed young man Michael Myers donned a William Shatner mask and went on a babysitter-killing rampage, resulting in 5 deaths. After his longtime doctor, Dr. Loomis, shot Michael 7 times, his spree was ended, and Michael was taken back to his old hospital, Smith's Grove. There he has lied in wait for 40 years. Again, the patience of a saint, but a chance encounter seems to finally inspire him back into action. A duo of foolish podcasters gallivanting as investigative reporters gain access to meet Michael in a maximum security area of the facility, and one of them, Aaron, has something to show him. His original mask, which they were somehow able to borrow. I don't know who would let them do that. The sight of it causes a wild reaction from the other patients, Aaron yelling at Michael to get some kind of reaction from him. He doesn't give them anything for their precious podcast, but he certainly has a reaction knowing his mask is nearby, as he is presented with an opportunity later to escape during him being transferred on a bus. Naturally, the survivor of the first round of murders, Laurie Strode, has been keeping tabs on the killer and is aware of his transfer, but she actually hopes that Michael gets free so she can kill him once and for all. She's been spending her time preparing for this day, honing her survival skills and constructing a fortified house in the woods, all designed to trap Michael and kill him. Essentially, her entire life was fundamentally altered by her experience as a teenager back in '78, and while no longer a helpless young victim, she is severely traumatized by what happened, suffering from PTSD as well as being an alcoholic. In addition to 2 failed marriages, her obsession with the past has caused a rift to form between her and her daughter Karen, whose entire life has also been tainted by Michael, as from an early age, her mother taught her survival skills, including how to use a gun, which resulted in her being taken away by child services when she was 12. So their relationship is more than a little strained, though her and her granddaughter Allison have a closer relationship, despite her mother even lying to keep them apart. All of these layers to the story were an interesting perspective on Laurie's evolution, but I don't feel they were really explored in any major depth. And strangely, Laurie feels somewhat more of a supporting character in the movie, leaving no opportunity to further explore the Strode family dynamic beyond establishing it on a merely surface level. As if there was any question, Michael escapes the bus, because there wouldn't be a movie otherwise, which in what I also felt was an odd decision, as we don't actually see his escape ourselves. After 40 years of pent-up rage, he could have gone absolutely apeshit, and that would would have been a frightening sequence that let us know quickly how much more sadistic he has become. But instead, nope, they completely avoid it and only have a father and son come across the aftermath on the side of the road. From here, he first kills the podcasters reclaiming his mask, then heads back to town, and in a series of random sequences goes back to his favorite pastime of murdering fools. Though he generally kills everyone he encounters, there are a few interesting choices he makes that reveal that surprisingly even Michael has his limits. During the bus crash, we later overhear that the other patients were wandering around the area, as in not killed by Michael. Then later during the one-shot sequence, Michael comes across a crying baby, whose voice was hilariously done by Jamie Lee Curtis. And for a moment we're going, oh shit, is Michael gonna kill a baby? But he moves on, obviously making a moralistic choice in both of these moments, for some reason deciding not to kill them. It's a compelling new development to the character that hasn't really been seen before. Even though minor moments in the film, these actually have a big implication to how Michael thinks that I hope we see more of in the future. As the bodies start piling up, Officer Hawkins, who was a deputy during the 78 incident, along with the new Loomis Dr. Sartain, team up with Laurie to try and track the killer down. Though Laurie, of course, is more interested in killing him than him getting arrested. And we already know the Haddonfield Police Department isn't exactly the brightest out there. Whoops, sorry Ben, and they're not much better 40 years later. Always a few steps behind Michael until Hawkins, Sartain, and Allison encounter him in the streets and plow right into him, to Hawkins seemingly killing him. Which you think he'd know better. Turns out there's other psychos to worry about here too, as Sartain reveals his true nature in a ham-fisted twist. He's actually here to help Michael and kills Hawkins, even donning the shape mask and turning to Allison. And here, once again, Michael actively chooses to kill Sartain rather than Allison, who is closer, smashing his head with his foot, as he's at this point much more personally pissed at the doctor, though after he surely would have tried to kill her as well. Everything builds to the inevitable final showdown between Michael and the three generations of Strode women at Laurie's fortified cabin. As he descends upon the house, Laurie puts the other two in her hidden basement to keep them safe, then searches the rooms for Michael, closing down each one she goes through in order to trap him where she wants. Though he discovers Karen and Allison's hiding spot, and an extremely on-edge Karen grabs a gun, at first breaking down and hesitant to fire, until Michael starts coming down towards them, and with new resolve shoots, knocking him back, but not stopping him. Laurie appears from the darkness behind, attacking him, and with the assistance of Allison stabbing him with his own knife, trap him in the basement, with bars covering the only way out. She then activates a series of gas pipes throughout the house, catching everything quickly completely on fire. The girls rush outside, getting a final glimpse of Michael trapped in the basement as flames surround him. Hitching a ride on the side of the road, the surviving Strodes escape, and we see the house continue to burn, yet never actually see Michael's fate, in a similar fashion to the ending of the first film. They also heavily focus on the fact that Allison is still holding Michael's knife in the back of the truck, which to me perhaps indicates that she has now had the killer's instinct brought out from within her, almost like a new version of Jamie from the original series. Or I could be completely off base with that. But the question is, does Michael survive or not? It's certainly hinted that he does survive the blaze, hearing his heavy breathing just as in the credits of the original, and since we don't see him die, the chances are that he is very much still alive, which to me kind of undoes the entire point of the movie, which has consistently been billed as the final showdown between Laurie and the killer. If he survives at the end, it kind of makes Laurie's journey for the past 40 years pointless, as she didn't kill him, which is what has consumed her life all these years. The reality is that there is zero doubt in my mind that there will be a sequel, so Michael can't die. And indeed, already there is word of Blumhouse beginning production on a follow-up.